Welcome to Exploring the Mystical Side of Life with your host, Linda Lang.
Hi, this is Linda Lang from ThoughtChange.com. We are exploring the mystical side of life once again this week. If you enjoy our conversations, please remember to subscribe, share it with a friend. Today, I have spiritual teacher and the founder of the Divine Mother Church, Connie Hubner. Welcome, Connie.
Thank you very much.
Oh, Connie, I'm so happy that you're here. I know we're going to have a fantastic conversation. How did you start your relationship with the Divine Mother?
I had an awakening experience where I became one with everything. And I won't go into the details of how that happened, but it's a profound experience. I'm sure many of you have had that. And you realize that you are one with the universe. You're one with God. And it changes you. And I started a meditation practice because I wanted to enrich that experience. And then I became a teacher of meditation so that I could give that oneness experience to more people. And one day, as I was inwardly meditating myself, my inner perceptions had gotten very clear because I'd been going inside for a long time. And I used to watch how the unbounded, unmanifest field of life rises up like a wave to manifest. Well, actually, at that time, I didn't realize it was manifesting. I was just watching it be a wave, like the ocean rising up like a wave. It rose up like a wave, and then it broke into two pieces, and then rose up some more, and those two pieces broke up into more waves. And pretty soon there were just light waves everywhere, and they were interacting with each other and creating more waves. And it was so stunning. It was awesome to watch. And the question came out of me, who are you? And immediately what came back was, I am the Divine Mother. I am birthing the universe. And that was just overwhelming. And I sat back and I just watched as she displayed this magnificent creative power to me. And it was a wave of light. So it was, let there be light. And then it would separate and combine and separate. It would make flows of light. And eventually those flows turned into atoms. And then the atoms, they structured something bigger, like molecules and cells. And actually the material form was created. And it was really just a stunning show to watch. And when that was over, my thought was, I need to get to know Divine Mother. So I have been working with the Divine Mother. I've learned how to communicate with her from within. She has given me all kinds of energy tools because I needed them. Basically, she was saying, if you want to talk to me, if you want to be with me, I need to clean you up. You know, you've got some heavy places in you. You've got some fears. You've got some shame. You've got some unworthiness. So I worked with her inwardly, and she taught me these things. And now I teach other people. And it's about clearing energy to really fully embrace the divinity that we are. We need to refine our physical system and our energy field so that it's not so heavy and dense, so that the pain that we've experienced in the past, even this life, but even past lives, is not inhibiting our progress in the future, our progress to truly be divine beings.
That kind of meditation is so beautiful. We have a very similar meditation in my Huna shamanic training where we watch the light, the divine sparks of light in our head, and they swirl and they just take form, and it just puts you in such an amazing, beautiful, peaceful place. So I think it's wonderful that is how you started your journey with the Divine Mother.
And she is the light. She is the divine light. That Shakti energy is the activator of all life. And so this the divine mother, the Shakti energy, moves us and heals us and guides us. And basically, we just have to get out of the way. Well, what I'm saying that needs to get out of the way is our resistances, which are learned, fears and so on that we've learned in our life. So what I've done is I put all the things that Divine Mother has given me to heal myself. I've put them in a book so that other people can use them. For years, I've been teaching them to other people.
Connie, you talked a little bit about the denseness of the energy field, the aura, and how we need to lighten it up.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about how it becomes dense? Because it's not dense when we're born as young children.
So there are two levels of density I think we need to talk about. One of them is just the consciousness of our planet right now. It's not fully awakened. It's not full of light. In fact, there's a lot of heaviness in the consciousness of the planet, which is why there's so much fighting and, pain and separation and suffering. Truly, it's suffering. But also, as we grow, we come out these beautiful divine children as infants. That density that's there on the planet starts to cave in on us. And we get taught by parents, by teachers, by the culture that we are limited children. We should be seen and not heard. We shouldn't be just spouting out what we think and what we know. And children are very wise, but they're taught to turn off that wisdom very early on. And so we start holding it back. It's just really basically it's the training of not being ourselves. And then the religions will train you into, that you have to be this particular kind of person and not another kind of person. The density starts to come in through this training. And I call it the density of ignorance because it's not knowing who we truly are. We're trained to not know who we truly are. And people who don't know who they truly are training us. So, we really can't blame them. They experienced the same thing when they were born as perfect, beautiful, divine children. And then the culture started to come in and hide that. So again, I'm going back to talking about the energy tools, is they break through that. They open it up. I realized much later after I'd learned the tools that the Divine Mother was giving me herself. When you use divine light, it's her that you're pouring into yourself. Divine love is her vibration. And the more I use these energy tools that she gave me, divine truth, the more I said break and go to the heavy density, I realized it was her breaking and going. And so I kept unifying with her, embracing her, bringing her into my heart. And she's definitely heart-centered. She lives in our hearts. And I learned to communicate. I trained myself by practicing. And I made some mistakes and I learned how to correct the mistakes. One thing you don't want to do is communicate with something that you believe is the Divine Mother, and it turns out to be some faker spirit or some lower level entity that really just wants to control you in some way. So I learned how to discern that, what was and what was her.
I hope you will share one of your tools with us today.
Definitely. As I said, often we can get influenced by outside energies that aren't fully awakened divine being energies. And it's very important to protect ourselves from that, especially those who are on a spiritual path really need to do this, because often your auras are wide open. And I know mine was, and everything was coming into me, and I didn't know what was me and what wasn't me, and what was real and what wasn't real, or what was good or bad. So I have a healing tool. It's called Closing Holes in Your Aura. I realized it was very important to maintain the integrity of my own space, because that is what all of us are working within. I actually can't say that I originated this. I talked to people about it, and they would give me things that they had done. And I created something from all the people that had told me, yes, it's important to close your aura, and this is how I do it. So I'll close everyone's aura right now. So I call upon Divine Mother, and I often call upon Archangel Michael because he's the protector angel. And on this planet right now, there's so much agitation. There's a lot of negative influence from negative thought forms and from limited beings who just want to control or take advantage of an innocent person who's seeking God. So I call upon Divine Mother and Archangel Michael to close my aura. And I'm just going to close everybody's aura, everyone who's listening. So to close everyone's aura who is hearing me now, and who may hear this in the future, these doors, openings, holes in our auras, these portals and pathways, any doors, openings, holes, portals, and pathways, to any limited plane, domain, or dimension in our multidimensional creation are now closed and sealed. We close to the astral plane, closing to the limited extraterrestrial realms, close to the false gods, close to the lost souls, close to the negative thought forms, close to the heavy, dense energies and entities, close to the interdimensional fields, close to the known and unknown limited beings. And limited is the important word. They don't know their unlimited self, their infinite self. They're bound still. So we close to them because we are learning to receive our infinite nature. And then I always close the COVID virus and all its variants. Close. It's a vibration. And you can close your aura, empower your aura so it doesn't come in. Close to the collective consciousness of our planet, which is very agitated, very full of fear, very separationist. Close. So now our auras are closed and sealed, and yet we are open to all the light, all the positivity, all the gifts that are coming to us. We allow them in, and we allow ourselves. This aura allows us to give our gifts and share the truth we know with others. And now that these auras are closed, we are moving from our authentic self, and we're flowing through our life with grace, power, and divine integrity. Thank you, Divine Mother. And so it is.
Beautiful. And so just for clarity's sake, it's not a closing down of your aura or bringing it in so close. It's just clearing and strengthening the boundaries so you're not picking up and being influenced by these other dimensions.
That's right. Because the universe is evolving, and there are energies and beings on many, many layers at many, many different stages of evolution. We're all going towards the full awakening. We're all moving towards that, to whatever our particular life stream is designed to go towards. But we on this planet, and this is one of the beautiful things about the planet, is that the planet is being amped up with divine energy right now. And for an awakened person, it's considered very easy to become awakened here, but it's fraught with challenges because we have free will. And the free will, it's almost like we're met with choices. not almost, we are met with choices every day. Do I stay in my integrity, or do I fudge it here? Do I tell, do I not tell the whole truth, or do I cheat here? Do I really share who I am, or do I continue to hide myself? So we're being challenged on pretty much daily here to be ourselves, to live in our divine integrity. And that's what allows us to grow so quickly. We are calling on the highest version of ourselves. And if you're not, do call on the highest version of yourself to allow that to move through you. And I'll tell you from experience, you'll be put through your paces when you do that. You'll be shown where you're out of integrity and where you've compromised yourself so that you can clean it up. And sometimes that's disturbing.
It becomes very obvious too, even in the moment when you're at that place of choice.
Yes.
That this is the path of authenticity.
Of authenticity, the path of light. Yeah. Yeah. And so that's what makes being a human being right now so exciting, challenging, creative. I mean, we really have to be creative to offer who we are in this environment and not be afraid. Fear is one of the biggest things that closes people down. So that's one of the fear. What are they all? The fear, the pain, the shame, the belief that we're not worthy. That's a big one. Which causes the lack of self-esteem. So it's exciting to be a human on this planet in the process of evolving into the full awakening, and not only that, of bringing everybody else along with us. I mean, I fully believe that those of us who are here, who are doing this, are here because you have so much compassion. You care about the lifting of the planet and the lifting of the human race. Oftentimes we are disturbed by it. Frequently we're disturbed by it, but if we keep the light, that's one of the things that I do, and people get so overwhelmed with the negative things happening. I say, pour light into it. There's something you can do to empower you. So pour light into it, break the structures, the negative thought forms that are creating all of this negativity and, contributing to the pain on the planet. Break, break, break. We can do something. And that's another reason I'm bringing out these energy tools. In fact, I tell people, when you hear some bad news on the car radio or the internet, and it shrinks you. It's like, oh no. Start saying, go into the light. Send that vibration of contraction into the light. Go, break, break. And you're lifting people, you're lifting yourself, and you're actually contributing to the healing of that event or situation.
Now, Connie, if we go back to density for a moment, some of the density in our energy field is self-inflicted. Things like not releasing the pain, the hostility, the grief, not bringing it into the light.
I'm going to agree with you, and I'm going to say it's small self-inflicted. The small self, not the big S self, but the small self, because often we've been taught that we're limited, that we're bad, or we've been taught all kinds of things, often not even consciously, but unconsciously. We've been treated a certain way, and we think, oh no, I must be a terrible person. Or we'll even take it further and say, God must not love me because well, why else would I be suffering like this? The intellect makes conclusions based on our experiences that are not always correct in the big picture. And that's why it's important to connect with the big picture, to heal these things that have caused density, heaviness. Unfortunately, the depression, of course, is widespread. And that's a heavy density. And it's a real, I'll say resistance, but it isn't always conscious resistance to allowing the true self. Somewhere, someone didn't allow you to express, to be expansive, to be who you are. And it kept getting pressed down and resisted and pressed down until you're just, you're just in a state of despair and numbness because you can't be yourself. We need to break out of that. For someone who's been in depression for a while, it's not a one-time thing. You have to continue to break out and expand and get your life force expanding.
Depression is a very stagnant energy.
I want to share these healing tools that helped me so much because they empowered me. They empowered this small little self in my heart that was hiding for many years. And they blew it wide open. They burst open my heart, not all at once, but gradually over several, I don't know, maybe it's probably still happening. Just more and more and more of the true self being able to come out. And one of the tools is to break these old structures, break all the pain structures that we've experienced from rejection since childhood. Break. And it's a simple tool. You do call on the divine because all of these tools use divine energy. So you say, I call upon Divine Mother to help me break this pain or break this density. And then you start saying, break, 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 and go into the light. You send the energy, and you're dealing with energy. So you can't really see it, touch it, taste it. So this break command and go command used together are very effective in clearing density, clearing heaviness. And some of us have collected this density our whole lives. I do work with individuals, and sometimes people will come and I'll be saying break, go, break for 20 minutes because we're clearing multidimensionally. It's not just the surface. We are huge, dynamic, multidimensional beings. And we need to clear layer after layer after layer after layer. And let that beautiful divine spark within become a roaring flame of light.
Beautiful, beautiful. Connie, it'll soon be time to wrap up, but I'm just wondering if you would share a channeled message from Divine Mother.
Definitely.
Thank you.
I'm saying definitely because Divine Mother is so eager to talk. So I can even explain to you my process, and we can do it together. Let's breathe into the heart. She lives in the heart. Her whole message is about love. But I should clarify, as you all probably know, it's not just romantic love. It's love is the power that moves the planets in their orbits. It's the power that maintains the balance and harmony of the universe. So let's breathe into the heart where that love is centered in us. And notice if there's tension or tightness. If there is, just breathe into it to clear it. Softening in the heart. And then say, Divine Mother, come forth. Divine Mother, come forth. And then pause. Give her a chance to reveal herself. You might notice a physical shift or a warmth or expansion or deepening, or you might hear her say, I'm here. So we breathe into the heart, we call her forth. And I'm calling her forth now, and I'm going to check and make sure it's her. I'm saying, are you Divine Mother? And I'm getting an expansion, a lifting, and that's vibrational speaking, a yes response. And then I'm even going to say, do you come in the name of the divine truth? This is an important discernment question, because I don't want to talk to anyone who doesn't come in the name of the divine truth. Divine truth of the universe. Do you come in the name of the divine truth? Yes. I'm getting expansion, and I'm hearing, I am here. So do you have a message, Mother? And then again, you wait. These hesitations are important to give yourself a chance to notice the energy that's moving within you. I'm just immediately, the message is coming. I am Divine Mother. I come in the name of love. I come in the name of truth. I love you. And I thank you for being here with me today. I want to have a relationship with each one of you. I am right here in your heart. Trust yourself. You can receive me. Soften in the third eye. The heart and the third eye are very intimately connected. You can perceive me in the heart, and you can feel me in the third eye. Trust. You are divine beings living in a physical form. Trust your infinite self. I am here to bring you home. I am here to help you through the challenges that you have. I am here to break you through. I want to know you as a best friend. Trust. You are beautiful. I have lots to share with you. Just call on me. And let's continue together. I am Divine Mother. I come in the name of the infinite truth of all that is. I come in the name of my love for you.
Beautiful, Connie. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you, Divine Mother.
Thank you, Divine Mother. Your book sounds absolutely wonderful, filled with tools. So please tell us the name of it and how we can reach you if we'd like more information.
Okay. So this is the book. It's larger than a regular book because I want you to be able to put it on your lap and be able to read the tools. And after a while, you'll know them and you can say them spontaneously. You can paraphrase even. When you move light, you don't have to say the exact words that are written in the book. You just say, light, fill me.
It's about intention more so than...
Exactly. It's about intention. And many of these tools use, all of them are intention, and they use attention as well. So those are two important qualities that we possess. Okay, so my website is divinemotheronline.net. 10 free tools on there that are in the book that you can download immediately, especially this one about closing holes in the aura. And there's an explanation that comes with it, why we're closing the holes. Every tool is explained in the book, so you know why you're using it and what it's doing. I also have a YouTube channel where I explain how to use all these tools.
Well, we'll put the links in the show notes. Thank you, Connie, for being my guest today.
You're welcome.
And thank you for listening to this week's edition of Exploring the Mystical Side of Life. You will find all of our conversations on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, on Spotify. Come and visit me at thoughtchange.com. Pick up your copy of Learning to Listen. It will help you with your alignment and discerning those messages that come through for you. Remember to subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye for now.